From a young age, I believed that anything broken, no matter how shattered, deserved the chance to be made whole again. That belief shaped the way I viewed marriage, a sacred vow built to endure life's fiercest storms. I was never flawless, not even close, but for 14 years, I devoted myself to Sophia. I built a life beside her, imagining the years ahead, the two of us growing old, sharing quiet moments on a porch bathed in golden light. Even when dark clouds gathered over us, I trusted that the bond we'd build through love and loyalty would stand strong. That illusion shattered on an ordinary Wednesday. The day began like any other, unassuming, silent, yet it carried the way to the devastation to come. The unraveling began slowly. I noticed little things at first. Sophia's pattern shifted subtly, like the first ripples disturbing a still pond. She started working later than usual. Her reasons made sense, or at least seemed to. Her phone, once casually left unattended on the kitchen counter, never left her side anymore. It buzzed with notifications cloaked in silence. She glanced at them with a hidden smile, brushing off my questions as if they were flies. The warmth in our evening embraces faded, replaced by a strange chill I couldn't explain. I told myself it was just stress. Maybe she was carrying some silent burden. Whenever I asked gently, she'd smile faintly and say, "Just tired, love." Wanting to trust her, I buried my suspicions. Then came the night that cleaved my world in two. Sophia went up to bed early, claiming a migraine. I stayed behind, the flickering light from a basketball game dancing across the room. Later, I wandered into our office to check some emails. Her tablet lay on the desk, still glowing. Then came the sound, the soft chime of a message. A notification lit the screen. A message from someone named Julian. My chest tightened as a preview appeared. "Last night was unforgettable. I can still taste you." The room seemed to spin. My heart slammed against my ribs, and a sick heaviness settled in my gut. I couldn't look away. My fingers hovered over the device, trembling. I tapped. What I found wasn't just a single message. It was an entire history. Weeks. Months. A flood of intimate exchanges poured across the screen. Secret photos, voice notes, receipts for hidden trips, and confessions whispered in digital ink. They had built something, a private world. One where I didn't exist. She had given him what I thought belonged to us, parts of her I had never seen. Her laughter, her longing, her true self. This wasn't a one-time mistake. It was a betrayal so deep it erased the woman I thought I knew. I shut the tablet. My movements felt detached, automatic. I didn't rush upstairs. I didn't scream. I simply sank into the armchair, staring into the darkness until the first strands of morning light crept through the blinds. My eyes burned, but the tears didn't come. Not yet. When the sun rose, I moved through our morning routine like a ghost. I made breakfast, poached eggs, golden toast with butter, and strong black coffee, just the way Sophia liked it. She smiled, kissed my forehead, and I returned the gesture with practiced ease. Inside, though, something vital had already gone cold. At work, I moved through the day on autopilot. My thoughts kept looping, haunted by Julian's words. I imagined her hands exploring someone else, her voice murmuring things once meant for me into another man's ear. I didn't confront her. Not right away. I kept my silence for 4 long days. Maybe some small part of me still hoped I was mistaken. Or maybe I was just waiting for the weight to crush me fully. In that quiet, I found my shield, though it did nothing to stop the erosion happening inside. By Sunday, the burden became too heavy to carry. Sophia mentioned she had errands to run, her tone light and unsuspecting. I waited until the front door closed, then gave it 20 extra minutes, just in case she forgot something and came back. Once I was sure, I walked to the bedroom and dragged out a duffel bag from the closet. I began packing in silence, methodical and calm. Only my belongings, pressed shirts, folded jeans, matched socks. I took my wallet, my tablet, even my razor from the bathroom. And then the wedding ring, once a symbol of commitment, now just a cold band of metal. I set it gently on her nightstand. Its quiet gleam accused her louder than I ever could. As I zipped the bag, I heard the floor creak behind me. I didn't tone. I kept folding a jacket, keeping my hand steady. "What are you doing?" Her voice cut through the room, brittle and panicked. I heard it shake, something I hadn't heard in years. She rushed in, her breath uneven. "Tell me what's going on. Why are you packing?" I faced her, calm but distant. "I know." Her skin went pale, her lips parting but no sound coming out. "I saw the messages," I said. "All of them." She collapsed onto the edge of the bed, eyes wild and searching. "Please," she gasped. "Just give me a chance to explain." It wasn't real. I was confused, lonely, you being so distant. I raised a hand. "Stop. I've heard enough lies." Tears ran freely down her cheeks, but they no longer moved me. "You can't leave," she sobbed. "You're my husband." The word struck me as hollow, a title she'd already stripped of meaning. "You gave that up when you gave yourself to him," I said quietly. She stood, trembling. "We can fix this. I'll end it. I'll do whatever it takes. Please." But the woman begging in front of me wasn't the same one I once adored. That version of her died the moment she shared what was sacred between us with someone else. I lifted the bag, slung it over my shoulder, and walked toward the door. My hand touched the knob when her scream tore through the air. "Don't walk out like I'm nothing." I paused, then turned my head just enough to speak without looking back. "You made me feel like nothing first." And I left. I didn't call anyone. I didn't check into a hotel. I climbed into my truck and hit the road. The highway stretched out ahead, endless and unknown. In the side mirror, the sky burned red, the last light of a day that would change everything. Still, I kept driving. No destination, just motion. But with every mile, I felt something returning. The weight of 14 years began to lift. In its place, clarity, resolve. I didn't know where I was going, but I knew what I was doing. Rebuilding, piece by piece, the man I lost in her betrayal.